Hey, Britton. Gun dog. Now I'm doing a little wiring. I used to do a lot of bow fishing out of my boat at night, and we just did it with spotlights. I had a couple people, you know, one guy'd hold the light, one guy'd be holding the bow, that type of thing. And technology's gotten a lot bigger, or a lot better. So I'm going to take a couple of these LED lights, wire them up. So they're kind of like this guy with magnetic mounts that I can just hook onto the boat, plug into a cigarette lighter, and go to town. So just working on some random shit and just figured, oh, why not? Let's just go live and chit chat with people while we're working. I put up a, yeah, bow fishing's a good time. I put up a barn door on our closet earlier today, so I figured I'm being productive. I might as well stick with it. And I'm munching on a bowl of trail mix while I'm at it. Because I'm a fatty that likes to eat. So yeah, I kind of got out of bow fishing for a while. I had a boat that had like mounted lights on it and all that. And my new boat, I'm like, I don't want to put permanent stuff on it. I'd rather just have something I can put on, take down as needed. I didn't want to mess with poking holes in the boat and all that stuff to bolt things on. These wire strippers have seen better days. They've been used a little bit. No, I'm sorry to hear that, Britton. It's all good. I've been kind of slacking as well, just because, you know, ice fishing's done and open water's just starting, but a lot of my open water spots I don't have good enough signal to stream from, so I've been missing in action a little bit too. Now, I think I got one of these I can connect that way. Just trying to think of a way to do all my connections that I have enough material to do all my connections. Luciano, what's going on? See how many of these little guys I have. Got one set. Two sets. Three sets. I got some male ends. Do I have some spare female ends in an old kit? I've got I've got how many old splice kits and like old wiring things that I never know what I've got. I always end up with an excess of male ends of the terminals, just because I always end up using the female ends to extend things and whatnot. Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Almost racing down the floor there. So these plugins that I've got this style terminal to them. So I've got one set of those, but I don't have many of those. So we're just going to kind of, a couple more male terminal ends that we're just randomly sticking in my toolbox. I've got this is like my electrical wiring toolbox. It's got all the random stuff in there that I use for wiring things. Switches, random connectors, stuff that I've just collected over the years, you know how it goes. Midwesterners have junk drawers. I have a junk box. Well, here's a bunch more male connectors. Must have a gay toolbox. It's all male inside. It's missing all the female parts. Oh well, we don't judge. So, let's see here. Do you grease your terminals? No, not typically. I'm thinking about just hardwiring these guys on though. Hardwire it up, and then I've got one more bigger light bar coming. So I kind of want to be able to switch back and forth a little bit. Junk closet, yeah, right? But no, I don't typically do like a dielectric or anything on my terminals. It's used for fishing on a boat and stuff, so stuff's going to get wet and dirty, and then I just clean it out or replace it, and not that big of a deal. It'd be different if it was on my truck or something. So these are females, so I can use some males there. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just wire one set up with that style for that light. I just don't know. I think I'm just going to go with putting these type connectors on the little automotive splicers. Toggle switch it. Well, I thought about doing that, but I'd have to run some new wire from the back of my boat to the front, and I already have a cigarette lighter adapter in the front. So, hey, James, doing well. But I figured if I've got the cigarette lighter adapter in the front, I can plug in these two lights and I can switch lights however I want and move them around as needed. Because they're going to be just a rare, it's not going to be very often that I use them, a couple times a year. I just wanted to have them. So when it comes to those couple times a year, I'm ready. So I think we're just going to do it this way. And I know this isn't the right color terminal for this size wire. Sue me. So sue me. Again, this is basically Farm Boy Connection 101. You just use whatever size you got, make it work. Never claimed to be an electrician. All I care is it works when I need it to. Oh, see, that one didn't stick at all. You son of a bitch. Well, guess that screws that idea, because I don't have any more of that style connector. That one did not stay on at all. That one stuck good. We'll say screw that style. Some of these I might just hardwire. Just from terminal to terminal. That's probably what I'm going to do for this one now. Screw it. Light up the lake. Floor in 20 feet of water. Well, and that's the other thing I'm going to use these for. You said driver lights. We do some camping on the Mississippi River on an island, and it'd be nice to have headlights, if we got to go somewhere at night, or if I want to run ditty poles or something along those lines. Nice to have something a little brighter to get around with, other than just somebody holding a flashlight in the front of the boat. A little safer, maybe. Safety, what's that? Who needs that? That's no fun. I only need to light up the lake floor in about 3 to 5 feet of water. That's where I do most of my bow fishing at night. There are some monster grass carp that hang out in one of the local lakes, but it's really tough to sneak up to them during the daylight. So we're gonna make it so we can sneak up to them at night. So I need to do a longer wire there. I need to extend this. Pull out. I got random coils of automotive wiring wire too. You just never know when you might need a little bit of wire. That should get me where I need to be. Pull out our same amount of negative. At least I got the right colors, right? Blacks and the reds, instead of just doing whatever wire color I want to use. I have had some times that I had to use the same color wire just because it was all I had, and so I did that and then put different ends on it so I knew which one was which. That looks like it's about right. So we'll snip her right there. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's the beauty of working on your own stuff too. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just you working on it and it's you using it. So as long as it works for you, that's the important part. A lot of the wiring I've done in my boat has been just by me. Other than the stuff that it came with, it had a full panel and everything. For my hardwire connections, I will shrink them too. Actually, I think I got some shrink wrap connectors here. I do. So let's use those first. But if everything goes right, I'll have a nice, fancy lit up front of my boat. Okay. We're going to connect that to the light end. I love shrink wrap ones too, just because it gives that little extra grab. These are some pretty short connectors. Okay. Just that one. And let's go with my red. Try to keep all my little pieces of insulator off to one side so I'm not making too big of a mess out of the table here. Because yes, I am doing this at the kitchen table or the dining room table because I have a cool wife that lets me do stuff as long as I clean up after myself. As long as I clean up after myself and I do things like making her a closet and stuff every now and then, she stays pretty happy. And I must do something right with my wiring because I haven't started any fires yet. I'm self-taught, but hey, Akil, thank you. Nice little butane torch to do my shrinks. Doing all nice and shrink wrapped. So it's nice because it gives that waterproofness, and then it also gives just a little extra hold, a little extra grab. since this will be on the front of the boat with fish slime and fish blood and water and everything going everywhere, probably a good idea to have it be waterproof. Hey, Wolfschanz, right? Am I saying that right? Wolfschanz? Howdy in Switzerland. So now we'll just do these connections. Wolfschanze? Wolfschanze. Is that better? It's amazing the people we get from all over the world that pop into YouTube lives and stuff. Besser. Sweet. Yay, I did it. You know, most of this is pretty tedious, but you know. Thank you. I will try to have a good start to my week. Back to the old salt mill. Back to work. Being that I work in construction, it's getting to be the busy season again. There we go. Now we torch this one. Everything's sealed up nice. Attempt to not burn myself, you know, because that's always a plus. You know, my mother-in-law got me this little torch a couple years ago for Christmas, and I have used the shit out of this thing. This come in handy for so many different things. There we go. Got that all wired up there. So then let's get our pieces here. Mount. These are just some cheap little Temu lights, to be honest. Don't need anything too special. Out on the boat. That way if something gets whacked or broken, I'm not too worried about it. Just go out and buy another set and wire them up too. And then where did I put my magnets? There they are. Stuck into my battery box. Hey, Fishing with Jose, what's up? Old sausage fingers rides again. Hey, if I were a lesbian, I'd be well hung with these bad boys. Just saying. And for having fat fingers, I can get a lot done. So then we hook our little magnetic mounts on the bottom of this. Not really have anything metal to test this on. I guess I got my power box. There. So now we got a nice light that will magnetically mount to the front of my boat. And that I should, if everything worked right, I plugged it in, and it should Hey, look at that. We got light. So it's a nice narrow beam that I can just angle down at the water and see the fish in front of me when I'm bow fishing. And I've got a little power switch here on my cigarette lighter adapter. And yeah, so there's one down. One down. I'll probably wrap them wires up nice and fancy later on and make them look a little nicer. So then this one, we're going to take off. Those are the female ends. We're going to pop these off. Those are reasonable. I have a boat, and no, you cannot borrow 5. I'm assuming that's 5 pounds. Is that symbol, if I remember correctly? I don't have pounds. I have dollars. And besides, if I have a boat, that means I don't have 5 pounds to spare because all my money goes into my boat. That's how that works. So then this one, we're going to do spade terminals. And then when I get my new light, I'll probably run spade terminals on it too. That way I can switch these lights back and forth as needed. So then we're going to throw some male spades on this one. Crunch that one down. And a male spade here. Oh shit, I did a female on that one. Son of a bitch. Didn't look closely at my piece that I picked up, and I put a female on. I have to cut that one off. Oh well. Again, that's why it's nice doing your own work. If you mess something up, you're the one that has to fix it. You don't have to answer to anybody. You just say, oh well, I did that wrong. I'll do it right the next time. But yes, I do own a boat. If you look back or look at my videos, I post a lot of videos of me on my boat during certain times of the year. That time is coming quick. All right, so now I should just be able to plug this bad boy into here. Red to red, black to black, right? Don't cross the streams. Old Ghostbusters reference for those youngins out there that don't know. And that one's a little bent. There we go. Muchly better. So now I should be able to plug this one in. And then this one will be my short one. Bang! Look at that. That one's more of a spot. That one's less of a narrow, wide beam. That's more of just a straight in front of you beam. That sucker that'll be more my like driving light. That was my goal for that one. Pull them apart again. And then need one more male end. That'll work. So we got 2 lights done now. And set him over there. So now I got my driving light and one of my fishing lights done. And these will also be able to be used, you know, when I got my truck up. Truck out in the dark in the pasture in the field or whatever. So I can kind of have a little more light than what the headlights show, or I can kind of see what's around me a little bit better. There's always times you got to work on something out in the middle of freaking nowhere and you need more light. So we're going to do another hard wire on this one. Yeah, you should know by now, if somebody has a boat, that means they don't have any money because they bought a boat. It's a little heavier gauge wire. We're not going to use that one. Stick with the same gauge, dummy. Any of my knife community hanging out. Got kind of a small crowd today. Just finished filming a unboxing of a new Branda knife. Video will be up a little later this evening. I think around 6 o'clock, if I remember correctly. That looks like about long enough. Wanted them long enough that I can run an extension out of the back of my truck if I need to, and like mount one of these magnetic lights on the roof or however I need to do it. Get a little more light off to the side of the truck or something. It's always nice to have that little extra light at times. That's about right. What's everybody else doing on this fine Sunday? I know it's raining here. It's kind of a crappy day outside. That's why I'm inside working on projects, not out on my boat or something. Because if I had my choice, I would be out on the boat. I would be fishing or doing something. Nobody likes being stuck inside. I hate cold, crappy, rainy days. Need to get a few more magnetic mounts when my other light comes in. These are just little 7-inch lights. I got like a 20-inch light coming in that'll get wired up as well. That one will be one that'll shine out the side of the boat when I'm fishing certain areas. All right, let's start splicing. Hey, Rolf. And Justin, what's up? You've been elected to be the producer. I'm always elected to be my own producer because Mrs. Iowa makes the appearance every now and then, but just not her thing, typically. We're just wiring up some stuff for the boat and for the truck, technically, because it can be used both places. Prepping for some bow fishing season to come around. It's a rainy, crappy day here. It's all sorts of craptastic, so I'm just killing time working on shit in the house. I hung the barn door on the closet this morning. I'm just finding random crap to work on. I'm done with this. Maybe we can move over to the knife drawer and tinker with knives. Everybody seemed to enjoy that when I did that the other day. What are you all doing today? Justin, you hunkered down in the house on this cold, windy day. Cold and rainy and windy. Hey, Doug, what's going on? Just making up some stuff for the boat here. Bow fishing season's coming, and I've been slacking on it since I got my new boat a few years back, and I made the decision I'm going to try to do a little bit more this year. So I'm rigging up some portable light systems that I can put on the front of my boat so I can bow fish at night more easily. I know they let me play with fire. It's a scary thought. Gotta love a bit of wiring. You got that right, buddy. I've done a lot of my own wiring on my boat. Kind of taught myself how to do it along the way. Or on my boats over the years, I should say. This one, most of the stuff was already done because I bought it brand new, but I've had to add a few things here and there and rewire a couple things to suit my liking a little bit more. It's nice to be a farm kid, learn how to do all this stuff when you're younger. So now we got this one. I should be able to just plug into this connector here. No, not that one. I did do that wrong, didn't I? Son of a bitch. I put males on when I needed a female. Story of my life. Not really. But what do I have on that one? That one's female, so I should probably cut these off and make these female. Oh well. You'll have that. Start on the trout, still gotta warm up. Yeah, the walleyes here, water temp's still a little cold. I used the wrong end of my connector. The water temp when I was out yesterday was still 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And they won't pick up activity till it gets closer to like 45. So it's almost there. But it's not quite. Not quite. Pretty soon though. Surprisingly, I haven't caught a trout yet. The spot that I'm fishing tends to, they've got a trout stream that runs into it. And while we're walleye fishing, we usually tend to pick up a trout or two, but haven't seen any yet this year, surprisingly. Usually we would have caught one or two by now. This is my third trip out there and still haven't gotten one, so who knows? I don't know if these will shrink. I don't think they will. Nope, not shrink style. Might put some big shrink wraps on there and tighten them down. Well, now that I did that and put the right end on there, now let's test it. Black to black. Red to red. Spade's a little bent. And then we plug it in. Ta-da! Here, let's plug in our other one too, just to see what happens when we put them both together. Now, when I hit this button, all the light in the world. Look at that. And they're nice and wide beams. They cover a lot of area, so I can put those down into the water and shine toward the fish so I can see the fish before they see me. And I've got this nice little button here to just click them on and off. Love it. And I can run up to 3 lights at a time with that rig up there. So now that that's done, look at all that mess wire. Hey, Misty. We're just going to take these. Trying to think. Got some big shrink wraps. I wonder if this would work. Never thought about doing this. Gonna shrink wrap around those connectors there. Then nice and solid it up. Solidified, whatever you want to call it. Nice and protected. Gotta love a little shrink wrap. Now my thought is to keep these a little tighter. So I got a whole bunch. I got this whole kit just full of shrink wrap tubes for like $3. So I mean, why not use them up? I think I got some even bigger ones out in the garage too. I don't know if that'll shrink tight enough to do the trick. There, use that for a little cable management. Put one every now and then to keep everything together. Hey, Carlos, how you doing, buddy? How you hanging in there, pal? Hope all is well in your little journey you're going on. It can be a tough one, I know. Doing a little bit of rigging up stuff for the boat here. Just got out of the hospital again yesterday. Well, at least you're on the right road. Just keep fighting the good fight. That's about all you can do. First step is just getting the help. Admitting you got a problem and getting the help. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's definitely a means to a better life. Yeah, I don't doubt that your doctor said that, because we all thought it too. We were all thinking it too. Boy, Carlos should probably slow down a little bit. That boy drinks a lot. So hopefully this little healing journey of yours keeps going in the right direction. Keep making progress. So all you can do is keep showing up, keep trying. It's like every journey, there's good days and bad days. I got a buddy actually that just moved into town here nearby me that he quit drinking a couple years ago. I think 4 years ago now. He was, yeah, you feel like crap. You will for a while. You certainly will for a while, but it's going to be better in the long run. But my buddy that just moved into town, when he quit drinking, it really changed his life, and he's been so happy since he did, because he was getting himself into some trouble. Hey, David Bennett, how are we doing today? Just finishing up doing a little wiring action, getting some lights wired up, some temporary lighting that I can throw on the boat whenever I want to do some bow fishing at night. Just had this idea and decided to run with it. Just doing a little cable management now. You still have one kidney left? Well, that's good. It's that liver. That's the one that'll get you. Alcohol will kill the liver pretty quick. Not good for it. All good in Ontario? That's good. What's the weather like up there today? Because it is Cold, rainy, and crappy here in Iowa. That's why I'm inside working on stuff and not out on the water. Went out fishing yesterday. It was a little slow, but we got a few walleyes. Nothing major. A few smallmouth. My buddy's boy James was with us. James got, I think, 3 smallmouth. He did pretty decent. Everybody loves James. Liver's fine. Kidney took a pounding. Just good thing you stopped when you did before it got any worse. Come on, get in there. Hey, Dwayne. Hey, Rolf. You got tons of Asian. Oh, Asian carp, I'm assuming you're talking about. There's a few here and there, but not too many here in Iowa. Well, not around here at least. There's one spot I know to go for them, but I don't usually bow fish at night for them. Nighttime's more my grass carp time, the big 40 to 60 pound bastards that you got to sneak up on. There we go. One light is done. So what I did here, stop smoking. Be like, yeah, there you go. That's a tough one. I never had any issues with drinking, but when I quit smoking, that sucked. But I'm glad I did it. Definitely glad I did it. So here's what I got done today. Got these nice lights. One of them's already got the magnets on it. I'm going to put some metal plates on the front of my boat to be able to put these down wherever. And then I flip the switch. Ta-da! Nice bright LED light shining into the water so that I can see what I'm going for. So that one's done. I got to get a couple more of these magnetic mounts. But when I do, fucking game time, bro. Oh, and this one, since I hardwired the whole thing, I won't be able to do a shrink wrap thing like I just did. I'll probably have to come up with some little thing here. Start with just doing a wrap, and then I'll probably end up just doing some tape or something here and there to hold it in place. Cooking swordfish. Yum. I'm going to bow fish at night, Carlos. I'm going to shoot fish with a bow and arrow. I used to do it a whole lot, and I kind of fell out of it over the years when I got this new boat, because it's just not as, I didn't have it set up for it, put it that way. But now that got a little more time, a little more money, I'm setting it up for it. And this is a temporary lighting system, so I can put it on, take it off whenever I need to. It's not a permanent set, which was what I was going for. I didn't want to drill more holes. That sounds very Rambo. Yeah, kind of. I didn't want to put a bunch of holes in my deck and stuff and permanently mount lights when I didn't have to. Yeah, I used to do it a whole lot. I do it all the time, actually. Like I said, I just kind of fell out of it a little bit. Looking to get back into her. Yeah, charbroiled swordfish is amazing if you get it from the right place. Used to be one of my favorite dishes at a restaurant we had back home. Kind of a fancy place, but hey, you know, do what you got to do. Another South African. Look at that. Carlos, you're multiplying. Get this all twisted up nice and tight. Looking pretty. Less trip hazards. Nobody likes working or being on the bow of the boat and tripping over shit. There we go. Look at that. Nice and tight together. And then this one, same deal, same light. Hit that button. That nice wide beam covers all sorts of water to really see out in front of me. Alrighty. Perfect. Well, that job's done. Now what to do with my day? Getting all my shit done. Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid I get all my shit done. Can't have that. I have to find more stuff to do. I'll put my spring back on these. Oh, we got a little bromance going on. -1 degrees, sunny, no wind. There you go. When you say -1 degrees, I'm assuming you mean Celsius, so below freezing. We're hovering above freezing. I think it's around 40 degrees Fahrenheit here today. Let's put the start of our mounts on the side of this light. I did get I guess you could call it a sword the other day. I can grab it here in just a second. It's a cold steel tie machete. It's a two-handed machete. That sucker's, whew, she big. But yeah, there's the redneck fishing contest every year in the Illinois River. That could be fun to go out and try that stuff with. There we go. Got my mounts on the bottom of the light. So that when I get another set of magnets, I can just throw those on. I don't know how the hell I fit all my stuff in my toolbox. Every time I close it, I got to rearrange stuff. There we go. All right. Be right back. Oh. Nice burr. There, Rolf, you think this would be enough? Think that would be enough? I mean, that sucker's end to end 3.5 feet long, set up for 2 hands, and it has got an edge on it. It's a cold steel, so they usually put a decent edge on stuff. But yeah, this sucker's ready to, this could be Carlos's shaving knife. But I actually bought it because I do use my machete a lot, and I use my machete in a lot of thorn bushes. So something like this that I can reach out 5 feet in front of me and cut through the thorn bushes before I got to get my arms right up in there will probably save me a lot of skin. So this is not just a display piece. This will be a user. It will get used. Big toothpick, that's right. Hey, Robbie, what's up? Yeah, Carlos can fight the baboons with it. It's a good point. Carlos and his damn monkeys. Oh yeah, Cold Steel's awesome. You just never know what kind of shit they're going to come out with. A little bit for anybody. Picking up my little scraps here. We'll move over to the knife drawer for a little bit. We'll just sit and chat. Look at random knives and stuff, you know. All that kind of fun stuff. Because what I don't have to do, or what I don't have today, is anything better to do. Why not? Hey, Canva, thank you. Maybe if I can get my shit untangled. I'm getting my wires crossed. Getting my wires crossed. Let's see how this works here. Never messed around in here with the tripod. Back to production work. There you go. Let's see. Let's just take the tripod out of the equation. Who needs that damn tripod anyway? Let's do this. Let you guys see all the fun stuff. Let me switch this real quick. You might lose my audio for just a moment. I think that did it. Did everybody still hear me okay? There. This is the knife drawer. I am officially, as of today, at 145 knives. The infamous knife drawer. Yeah, Carlos and his baboons. So, this was my latest acquisition. This here's the Geo Knives Ethereal Cutter. And this thing is M390 blade steel for $65. This one with the yellow handle. There's that green handle. There's that one's got a little bit of like a yellow green. Got a couple oranges. That one's almost yellowish. This one, I literally just got this one today. This is the Geo Knives Ethereal Cutter. It's even see-through, like you can see right through the scales. Pick this one up today, $65 for M390 blade steel and Ultem, like unheard of deal. Nobody can match that right now. It's just absolutely insanity. Got a shout out to Ray with Everyday City Carry for putting me onto that one, because that was a good one. I was very happy to get that one. Got a couple other ones that have Ultem scales. This is the Vosteed Nightshade. This is the County Com exclusive with the Ultem. It's number 90 of 500 Nitro V steel. Oh yeah, gotta love a good deal. Especially when you're buying 145 knives. You gotta have some good deals in there or else you go broke. It's a fun little guy. This is the Kaiser Cormorant. So many different deployment methods. Button lock. Cool little G10 scales. White G10. What else? Everybody loves a good OTF. There's a Ultem handled OTF, the Max Ace Uranus. Just a fun little snappy fella. I love that you can see the internals moving in there. Yeah, if I run out of knives, I can do swords. That's right. Well, lightning OTF action. This is the one I usually carry fishing with me because if something happens to it, I don't really care. Cheap steel, but it cuts stuff. Little Hornet. Same deal. This one's a nice steel though. This is 154 cm. You're black and you live in a cage. Okay. Big boy. Kaiser Sheepdog XL. Cool linen micarta scales. These are surprisingly smooth for being a micarta. Makes the burglar go, what the fuck? If I have a burglar, I've got things that go boom upstairs that I'd use for that if I needed to. Sorry, replying to a text real quick. Got a few OTS. Most of them are in the other room, but I got this guy's always fun. Is it a USB? No, it's a knife. Listen to that ring. I love that sound. Ding, ding. Another little fun, small OTF. Hide it right in the palm of your hand. Tack knives, Stinger. Had to put a nice little edge. It's one way to fuck up your PC by accident. Hey, G. Swiss knives, like Swiss Army knives, like a Victorinox. I do not. I had a Victorinox, but I gave it away. What else is in here? Here's a fun one. Kaiser Begleiter. Begleiter 2, actually. 154 cm. Again, that nice linen micarta. Button lock. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Swiss Army knives like the Victorinoxes and stuff. You like this one? It's nice because those bearings, I mean, that you push the button, that blade just wiggles. You know, those bearings are killer. Swiss Tack, nice. Put a new leader on your fly rod. Season doesn't open for a week. Really? Ready after a long winter. Yeah, for sure. I've been getting out walleye fishing. It's been pretty slow so far. The water temperature has not been up quite yet enough to get them going. Yeah, it does have a nice pointy like blade. Rainbow headed drawer, pretty sure. Yeah. Well, if you like this, Carlos. There's also this cabinet. It's got all my folding cold steels plus one of my artisan cutleries. I got my nicer OTFs, my bigger OTFs. And then some premium titanium knives, a little bigger. But the one that you would probably like, Kaiser Sheepdog, I love it. I've got all 3 sizes. Carlos, you'd probably like this one. It's kind of a cross between a sword and a knife. Cold Steel Espada XL. She a big girl. And when you fold it, you just let the blade drop right on your fingers. A knife fetish. I don't know if I'd call it a fetish. More of an obsession. It's just a hobby. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just a hobby. So, Kaiser Sheepdog. We got the Sheepdog XL. this big boy. And I've got the mini sheepdog, the little guy. You want to shave with it, of course you do. And then somewhere in here, I have the hiding in here somewhere. I got the standard sheepdog in here. It's easy to misplace knives when you got this many of them. Oh, there it is. Forgot what color it was. But this is the standard sheepdog. We got the linen micarta XL liner lock. And we've got the canvas micarta standard button lock. And the aluminum mini button lock. The mini is almost a little too small for me. The standard is just right. I mean, this sucker is just perfect size. It's got great action, great ergos. That linen or canvas micarta is awesome. It's just got a nice grippiness to it. I love their canvas micarta. And then the big guy, almost a little big and awkward to carry every day. But I like to take it out to the farm with me or take it hunting just in case I need something that's a little meatier, a little heavier. But this isn't just your everyday carry, easy carry knife. The standard's my favorite just because it's the most usable. Like I said, the little's a little too small. The big's a little too big. The standard is just perfect. Just right. It's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Just my size. I mean, the handle's just perfect size. You can choke up if you need to, but it's more the pocket. You know, it's that presence in the pocket. You don't barely notice this one, whereas the big guy, you can't help but notice. I mean, that's all you can notice because it takes up so much space. It's just got that big flat. I mean, it's almost the size of your hand, even folded. So unfortunately, it's not the most pocket friendly, but I do like it. It just has select places and times that I carry it. It's kind of like the mini Paragon. Same deal. Really cool knife. I mean, for its being like this fancy handle and stuff, it's got that little swell behind the pinky. It's got go to ergos, no real hot spots. I mean, that action it just falls shut. It double clutches a little bit, but it just, boom, drops shut. Very fun knife, but again, takes up too much space in the pocket. One of my favorite just everyday knives is this one. This here's the Giant Mouse Ace Iona V2 in Magna Cut and micarta, and this micarta is so nice. Your wife saw your comments at her too. But yeah, super snappy action. Magna Cut blade. Can't go wrong with a good Magna Cut blade. And a wire pocket clip. Wire pocket clips are just genius. I love wire pocket clips. Some people hate them, but they're so much easier to go in and out of the pocket. They don't tear your pocket up. They are awesome. It's the way to go. Let's see. Here's another good Kaiser, the Kaiser Drop Bear. This is kind of what the Geo knife is modeled after, I believe, because if you look at the two side by side, I mean, they're almost identical. But in the knife world, you know, we talk a lot about how things are very similar. They may be modeled after something, but it doesn't mean it's a clone or anything like that. This has got a hell of a lot better steel on it, and it's cheaper. But it's also a newer company, and it runs on washers. That's why it doesn't flop open like the other ones do, is because it's on washers. I might be able to tune it just a little bit to get it, yeah, to drop shut. But, you know, you get this one that's on bearings, boom. Boom, just drops. You like a leather sheath on your belt? Oh, let's see. Then you might like this little guy. It's Kydex. Not really a Kydex necessarily. It doesn't click into place. It's more held together with this, held in with the rubber on the handle. But it's a nice little fixed blade. Very scalpel-like. I love this little fixed blade. Kershaw D2 steel. Very, you know, choke up and use the fine point if you need to. Scales are like this rubber. I don't know if you can hear that. Super rubbery, grippy scales. Right now, it's one of my favorite fixed blades. Doug, I will be giving away a knife with a leather sheath here soon. I got a couple other fixies that got the Kydex. This little guy's a fun little fixie. Nice little slicer. Fun to do all this stuff one-handed. And then there's this guy. This guy's stiff. There we go. Very similar to the Kershaw, just a little bit longer blade. Trying to watch through the phone screen, not the most depth perception. And this guy's a fan favorite as well. This is a little Mantis Sabot too. That little needle point tip on it. Can't really focus in. That sucker is a needle. Super sharp. M390 steel though all the way through. It's got that nice little pinky hole for extra grip. Nice little knife. The orange handle, yeah. And then I got my big old hard use knife. This is the Maracne Garberg. This sucker's full tang all the way down to the butt. Scandi grind, super, super sharp. DLC blade or DLC coated blade. Oh yeah, that one Mantis would definitely get a splinter out or two. You'd be able to dig that sucker right out. Do I cut cheese with? I use my kitchen knives for cutting cheese when I'm teasing the dogs with cheese. I got a couple videos, a couple shorts of messing with the dogs with cheese here coming out in the next day or two. But here, I'll show you one I'll be giving away, Doug. You might want to pay attention because, hey, Ron. Get a stint. Oh, yeah. Very nice. Yeah, I want to see some of your hand-forged stuff, Carlos. That'd be awesome. Oh, here, that's the door I hung today on the new closet that I built. That used to be an empty corner. Don't mind the carpet missing. We're going to replace this carpet, so I kind of had to build everything based on the carpet not being there. But Doug, I will be giving away, well, everything in this pile will be given away here sometime soon. But this is definitely your style knife, I guarantee. Oh, I got my little pen over here. Give the dogs cheese right now. Maybe. But we pop this baby out, Doug, and it's a nice Damascus Skinner. So yeah, if that's your style, you want to try to win it, keep your eye out because I'll be doing a giveaway at some point for this guy. There will also be, and that's a nice leather sheath. Pretty grippy. I also have these 3 little flashlights I'll give away soon. This Best Techman Dundee will be given away soon. And then there's this Gerber. It's a skinning knife. It's a folding skinning knife. I'm not going to pull it out right now. Yeah, I got to pay the cheese tax. That's right. The dogs love the cheese tax. Yeah, there's, see, it's just a lazy day. There's the silly puppies. Nix is yawning. Spurs toading. Mrs. Iowa's hiding on the couch. Mm-hmm. What, honey? A little bit longer? Alrighty. So, I don't know if any of you guys saw the video where I made one of these. I 3D printed this spine. It's fully articulated, and it's got my tattoo artist's name on it. Let me give this to him just because, kind of as a gift. Fun little thing. It is rainy today, Ron, and it's cold. And we got wind warnings coming up. Kind of sucks. So I'm stuck in the house. But since you guys asked for it, I bet as soon as they hear this plastic, they're going to come running. This is my block of Munster cheese that I love. Hold on, we're going to set up. Oh no, Mrs. Iowa's just tired. We were up late last night watching TV and whatnot. I'll be right back with you guys in just a second. I got to pull out a knife and stuff and cut the big block of cheese. This stuff is super tough to cut. San Diego, it's in the 70s. Whew. It's in the 40s here. Yep, got to use two hands here. This stuff's super tough. Super good, but super tough. I love Munster cheese. And the dogs absolutely love Munster cheese. It is their absolute favorite. All right, let me put this away because I like to put away my shit right away. So don't forget, and I'll be right back with you guys. Just had to use two hands. Just about. Okay. Nice slab of Munster cheese. Spur knows what that is. He's ready. Next. Spur loves his Munster cheese. Good boy. Munster. Munster. I have made grilled cheese sandwiches with Munster, and it is awesome. You can actually buy it, at least at our local Sam's Club, you can buy it, and it's pre-sliced and everything. What do you say, Nix? What do you say? What do you say? Come here, what do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Come on, tell me about it. Come here. Yeah, she licks her lips. She's missing over half her teeth now because she's just getting a little older and we had to remove some. She's like a cat. She's absorbing the roots of her teeth on some of her jaw. So all that fun stuff. But alrighty, well, I think I'm going to call her a day here. Now that we've given the dogs a snack, I'm going to have me a snack and yeah, find something else to do. So I will see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out for a bit, keeping me company while I worked on some random shit. Oh, thanks, Endless. Blue cheese and mozzarella. Check it out. Munster, I believe is how it's spelled. And it is awesome cheese. So I will see you guys later. Have a good day. Say bye, Nix. Bye, Spur. Have a good one, guys.